Hey, good evening. It's Wednesday evening, December 1st. Thank you for being here tonight. I want to continue talking about the holidays and anger. It's sad, but we wind up with a time where there should be celebrating joy, but we wind up being angry and being frustrated. And there are any number of reasons for that come to us. The most important reason that we get angry is because we forget who God is and we forget who we are. We put ourselves in the place of God. And so rather than responding in faithfulness to God, what we wind up doing is responding in faithfulness to us. We get angry because we don't think things should go, we don't think things are going the way we believe they should go. And even if it's a good thing that you want, and it doesn't happen the way you think it should go, anger is not justified. There is this little brief window of time when we can engage in righteous anger. But be clear, righteous anger always resolves in peace and a confidence that I've done the right thing. If I'm continually boiling inside, if I'm continually frustrated, if I'm continually sad, if I'm continually just on edge, that's not righteous anger. That's me wanting to be in the place of God. God will execute justice when he thinks it's the right time to do, and he will never fail to do that. See, often we get angry because we think something's not being resolved. But if God is who he says he is, then nothing gets by him, nothing at all. And he will deal with it on his own timetable in the very best way possible. You see, what more could we want? What more could we want but to God to be faithful? And he is faithful. He promises he's faithful. And that includes that he's going to do right with things that are wrong. Remember we looked at just earlier about Psalm 98, and the end of it, God will come in the person of Jesus Christ and judge the peoples of the universe, of the earth, with equity. He will make it all right. It may not appear to be all right in the moment, but God will make it right. Sometimes we can see clearly where his justice is immediate. Sometimes he allows that justice to sort of stir itself up and store itself up and keep going. That's not up to me. I just need to respond in the way that God wants me to. So I need to sort out, what action does God want me to take about something that makes me angry? Think about that for a moment. What action does God want you to take when something makes you angry? Have the courage to ask that question. And it's not to lash out. It's not to be down in the dumps. It's not to be bitter. It's not to complain. It's not to be in a bad mood. It's not a justification for you not to be kind to your family and friends, your wife, your husband, your children, or people you work with. I'm never out of the arena of honoring God first. The best way to attack that thing that I'm angry about is to do what God says I should be doing and trust him. Sometimes that means confronting someone, but you do it in the way that God says to confront them. Confront them with an attitude that is designed to challenge the behavior because you care about the person so that you can bring about a change. And that's what the Greek is talking about when it says counsel, encourage, warn. I want to challenge that person, confront them in love, so that they know they're cared for to bring about a change. It takes courage to do that. That's one response to anger. Another response to anger is to return good for evil. Another response to anger is having the courage to engage the proper people when a wrong is done. Sometimes that means we need to call the authorities. If there's an abuse situation, you call the authorities and sort the rest of it out later. anger does not need to dominate us to the point where we take on God's job for ourselves. When I get angry, I'm trying to do God's job. And that's always frustrating. It'll only make us more angry, more discouraged, more in despair. Like the chickens out here tonight, it's kind of cool. So you get the point. This holiday season, when we're reminded of the things where memories hurt, when we're sad when someone's not here, when we remember the time something was unkind was done to us in the holidays, and for whatever reason, the holidays seem to amplify that. I can go to God, I can trust Him, I can act the way that He wants me to act, the way He's called me to act, and put my faith and confidence in God's faithfulness rather than my frustration that something's not right. God already knows it's not right. He wants us to trust Him. And that's the thought for this night. And it's a good thought for us to have. In your anger, don't try and take God's place. Rather, trust Him and do what He's called you to do. And that way you really can be slow to anger, as the Proverbs challenge us to do, and bring peace to your life and settle some of those anxieties. And that's the thought for this night. But thank you again so much for being here tonight. If you haven't been subscribing, do that. Turn on post notifications. These videos will come right to you. Check us out, everydaytalk247.com. You have the opportunity to support what's happening here. Those of you who are, so many thanks. Got a great resource section there for you. This night, don't let your anger control you. Let the Lord of the universe control you, the one who makes all things right. Just as Psalm 98 says. And that's a real reason to be joyous and not be filled with anger this holiday season. Again, Lord willing, we'll see you in the morning. Thanks so much for being here. The chickens are so cool. See you soon. Bye-bye.